Hey there, Nancy Drew Clue crew. In this video, I'll call Ned, then Frank, and then Castlecast. So it's another one of those videos where all I do is make phone calls and talk to people.
Hello?
I found the castle's dungeon.
Wait, a real dungeon?
Yeah.
Dungeons are crazy if you think about it. I'm so glad they are not that common over here.
Agreed.
You know, it just occurred to me that someone had to invent the first dungeon.
Invent?
Well, they didn't always exist, so one day someone had to say, you know, the living room is nice and the kitchen's great, very convenient, don't get me wrong, but you know what would really spruce up the place? Our own private jail.
When you put it that way, it does sound really strange.
No joke. I'd steer clear of that place if I were you, at least as much as you can.
I found an article in the Castle Crier about Carl wanting to keep tourists away from the castle.
Now that doesn't make a lot of sense in my opinion. It seems like he'd want the castle to be packed.
I know, right?
That sounds a little suspicious to me. I'd try to snoop around, see what's really going on with him.
I'm on it. So how's Joe?
The same old Joe. It's hard to be in a bad mood around Joe. Have you noticed that?
Yes, it's like he won't stand for it.
I know. He'll just wear you down until you agree to have a good time. He and Frank are really good friends to have.
I agree.
Where is Joe, by the way? He's not here in this game. We can call Frank, but we can't call Joe.
I asked Carl about the accident in the dungeon.
And?
And it was just that. He was giving a tour and part of the dungeon collapsed. Everyone was okay in the end, but it really seems to have upset him.
Maybe that's why he's not so keen on having tourists.
That's it exactly. He seems to think that he's cursed, and everything that happens only reinforces that idea.
And if you believe you're cursed, you might as well be cursed.
It's like the story of the monster.
How so?
The people here believe that there's a monster, so they only pay attention to evidence that
backs up what they already believe, right? So they're an easy group to trick, if you wanted to. But who would want to?
I don't know. I'm working on it. Any great ideas?
Not yet, but I'll be on standby if you need me.
So that's an interesting conversation about the placebo effect. Let's not forget about the flip side to the argument, which is that Nancy doesn't believe in the monster, so she ignores all the evidence which proves that the monster is really there. Such as earlier on in this video walkthrough when she saw the monster face to face.
Carl has a bunch of unsent love letters in his office.
Interesting. How do they seem?
They seem like love letters.
I mean, do they sound excited, or manic, or worried?
I guess if anything, they seem a little sad. It's almost like he's given up on things working out, but can't bear to get rid of the letters.
I wonder why that is. Maybe the relationship didn't work out because he's stuck at the castle.
Could be. So, how's your search for a mystery?
Not great. So far I've solved the case of the missing keys, and that's about it. They were in my pocket.
Well, I wouldn't be worried. There are mysteries everywhere. If you keep looking, you'll find one. So how's the search for adventure coming?
I've found the perfect thing.
What's that?
It's a bit of a surprise, but we'll need a team.
Maybe Bess and George?
Perfect. I can't tell you too much more, but we'll need the perfect team name.
I'll work on it.
Great. This is going to be so much fun.
It does sound like a lot of fun.
I keep finding these references to the monster's past victims.
What have you found out? Is there a pattern?
I can't figure it out yet. The story seems to be that when the monster comes to the castle, he's always on the lookout for someone who reminds him of his previous victims.
That's really creepy.
How did a story like this get started anyway?
I read in one of my classes that people love to find patterns in random things.
I've heard of that.
I think that may be going on here. A few accidents happened and everything snowballs. Pretty soon it looks like a pattern. And if there's a pattern, there must be...
a monster.
Right. It looks like someone is using the story to their own benefit, if you ask me.
Oh, okay, Ned.
Any more ideas about the story behind the monster?
It's pretty theatrical if you think about it.
How so?
Costumes, props, it's almost like someone is trying to put on some sort of creepy show.
You know, you're right. Interesting.
Unless there really is a monster, which is unlikely, right?
I can't figure out why the monster would target certain people.
Is there something that the victims have in common? There must be something.
I'll look.
I think the reason is that so it will be more dramatic because the monster is totally going to target Nancy next.
See you later.
See you soon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why the monster only goes after girls who wear certain costumes and who have the special necklace. I think that's on purpose so it will be super dramatic because the monster is going to come after Nancy. That's probably the reason.
Hey, Nancy.
I called Ned.
I heard. I'm glad the two of you could work things out.
Me too.
I didn't doubt that you would.
Thanks for being such a good friend.
No problem. It's good to see you two back together.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I could really use some money.
Try seeing if there is anything you can do for the people around the castle.
No, I was kind of hoping that you could give me money and so I wouldn't have to work for it, Frank. Guess he's not such a good friend after all.
I found a dungeon.
That is really cool. I wish I was there. Anything interesting in there?
Well, if creepy is interesting.
Which it totally is.
I got stuck between the castle gates, and when I was in there, I got a good look at the monster.
Really? What did this monster look like?
That's the thing. It looked pretty real. I'm not saying that it was, but it was actually a little startling.
Did you see anything? Any sort of clue?
Well, a piece of fabric was left behind, but that's it. I found some strange emails from the castle's owner. He seems pretty worried about money.
Not exactly what you'd expect from a person who owns a castle.
Really? It seems like a castle would be the definition of a money pit.
True, but if you own a castle, you're probably doing okay financially.
I wouldn't be so sure. It looks like he's pretty desperate to bring people into the castle.
Desperate enough to pull off a dramatic stunt?
Maybe, but then why would he hire me to investigate?
Good point.
Renata seemed really upset when she saw me in this dress.
Did she explain why?
No.
It's an older style, isn't it? Maybe it reminds her of something from her past.
I changed into a costume, and when I got back to my room, my clothes were shredded.
Shredded?
Yeah.
That is bad. Someone is definitely trying to send you a message.
I know, but what's the message?
It seems like this person wants you to stick around, and they want you to be in costume for the festival.
And they're trying to scare me.
Well, that's a tall order.
I found a weird pair of stilts.
Huh. Well, maybe you should look for a short person, or someone with unreasonably high shelves.
Good plan.
Well, there's only one person in this game who's very, very short, so,
I've met everyone here. It's a pretty strange bunch.
How so?
Well, Carl, the leader here, is off in his own world working on elaborate board games. It's Anya who seems to be running things.
What's she like?
She's certainly no pushover. She's also a little difficult to read.
Who else is there?
There's Renata. She's a traveling storyteller.
Interesting. What's she like?
I'm not sure. She can be a little cryptic. There's something she's hiding.
Knowing you, you'll get to the bottom of it in no time.
Then there's Lucas, security guard's son. Loves causing trouble. Seems obsessed with pulling pranks.
Yep, that's pretty common.
Really?
Oh yeah, I had a prank phase. So did Joe.
What made you stop?
Got too busy. I think I still have a notebook full of ideas somewhere, although most of the ideas involve variations on the bucket of water over a door theme. Gotta love the classics. Who do you think is behind the monster?
I don't know. It might not even be any of them. I keep finding these references to the monster's past victims.
Tell me more.
One was about how one of the girls was digging out in the woods, so she was either looking for something,
or she was trying to hide something. You should see if you can find out what she was hiding.
Oh yeah, that's totally a clue. We need to follow up on this clue later on in the video walkthrough.
How's Joe?
He's great. He says hi. Oh, also, he wanted me to tell you something. Hang on, I had to write it down because it was too weird to remember. There we go. Dear Nancy Drew. He used your last name for some reason. I am glad you and Ned are back together. You go together like peanut butter and jelly. When you're apart, it's like peanut butter and sadness.
or jelly and uncomfortable silences. Either way, you're looking at a sandwich that no one wants, and probably no one will buy it ever.
Yep, that sounds like Joe. Tell him I say hi.
Oh, you wish that was the end of the note. It goes on. A world where Ned and Nancy are not together as a couple is as disturbing as it is dangerous to the quantum makeup of our interstellar plane of reality. You know what? I'm just going to stop reading there.
That's okay. I think I get the picture. It's really sweet that he cares so much.
Where is Joe? I'm still wondering why Joe is not in this game. I'm sure he's doing something important.
See you later.
Catch you later.
I just don't know what it is that Joe is doing. He's gotta be doing something besides writing really, really weird messages.
Thank you for calling Castle Cast, your one-stop staffing solution for court jesters, realistic dragon statues, grails, and questing supplies. Ask us about our wizard discount. My name is Jordan. How may I help you?
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I'm following up about the castle.
Oh, yes. I spoke with your boss. Ask away.
What can you tell me about Anya Mittelmeier?
Oh, Anya. She was just the greatest. We all loved her so much. Please tell her that Jordan says hello and that getting the mail will never be the same without her.
Getting the mail?
Yeah, she delivered the mail. She did a really good job, too. And oh, we all just loved her.
So she wasn't a manager?
A manager? No. Sorry. Are we talking about the same Anya? Anya Mittelmeier?
Yes, that's the one.
No. There must be a mistake.
That's what it says on her resume.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but it's not true. I'm really sorry.
So Anya has lied on her resume.
Do you think she'd be the type to lie on her resume?
Not the Anya I know.
Thanks for your help. If you're a staffing place, wouldn't you notice Anya lied on her resume?
What position is she in?
Castellan.
Sorry, that's management. She must have gotten the job internally, probably from whoever is in charge at the castle.
Can you tell me about your wizard discount?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's been discontinued. Thank you for asking.
Can you tell me anything about Franz?
Is he one of ours?
Think so. He's head of security.
Then he's one of the best. We don't take security lightly.
Oh, they don't take security lightly at all, I'm afraid.
Can you tell me a little bit about your publications?
Sure. We have many to choose from.
I'm curious about the email guide.
We had some problems with email signatures getting a little long a few years back, and that's no laughing matter. So we made a little guide.
Did it go to all employees?
Sure did. I got 2 copies myself. It's one of my favorites.
I have no idea what she's talking about, by the way.
Do any of the other places you staff have monster problems?
Not that I know of.
Except what?
We've got one place that keeps having these large humanoid holes put into the wall. But we think that's just a group of kids.
Really? Do you have any evidence of that?
No, but these kids these days, am I right?
Do you know anything about Castle Finster?
Sorry, wait. Finster? Castle Finster?
Yes.
Is that where you're calling from now? Is that where Anya works?
Yes and yes.
Crazy. So are the stories about the monster true?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I can't believe that's where Anya ended up. About lucky.
Why's she lucky?
Getting to go to exotic places and work in a castle? That's luck right there.
Well, maybe luck isn't the right word.
I've never gotten to travel, and believe you me, I would love to get on a jet and just end up halfway round the globe, but that's not how things go.
Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to travel?
Oh, yes. I'm a history buff, so there are lots of places I'd love to see. the pyramids, the Roman Forum, the Acropolis.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's more than fun. I think it's my duty to see the world. I mean, it's here. It seems like a waste just to stay here and never go celebrate Cinco de Mayo in Mexico or Canada Day in Canada. Maybe one day.
Can you tell me a little more about Anya?
I can't tell you too much. It would be against policy.
Please, it's important.
All right. You just seem so darn nice I couldn't say no. Truth is, she was a sweetheart. Everyone liked her.
Did she ever do anything strange or dishonest?
Nope, she didn't. I'd have given her the full recommendation of this office. But it wouldn't have been enough,
Why not?
Castellan, that's a pretty great job. A lot of people would want it. Now, I don't approve of how she got that job, but she would not have gotten it any other way, I guess.
Do you ever send emails on behalf of Marcus?
Oh, my, no. That would be strictly against company policy. Is that in the pamphlet? If it isn't, it should be.
What other pamphlets do you have?
We have. So you want to host an office party? Don't. That one's popular. We also have Let's Be Reasonable About Office Supplies. I helped write that one. And, well, we have so many. Oh, and my new favorite is So You Decided to Pretend to Be Sick and then posted pictures of yourself having fun online while everyone else is working. It's firm, but fair.
Sounds like somebody's a little bit bitter.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay, guys. I think that is the end of the super long phone call video.